Hello, my name is Roger Scholey, a former reporter at the San Diego Union Tribune, here with Peter Jensen, talking about his famous long articles in the San Diego Reader every week in the 1990s. So today, Peter, tell me a bit about your exploration of bridges in San Diego County.
Well, the bridges I think that it's something that I first got intrigued by at the what's called the Pine Valley Bridge. Mm-hmm. And I was taking I was literally towing a trailer of canoes. We don't have to go into why and where and whatever, but I mean, there must have been 10 trailers on a canoe heading for the Colorado River with my son and a bunch of his friends. We were going to go on this big canoe trip on the Colorado River. And you get to that bridge and the wind there is notorious coming across that bridge. But it just looks like any other bridge in San Diego. And you get halfway across that bridge, and I actually pulled off to the side of the road and kind of got outside and gauged the wind, like, okay, I guess I'm going to make it without all of these things going into the canyon. So, but I realized that this is really high up. So I went hiking, used to do a lot of hiking in San Diego County, and went beneath it. And it's a magnificent structure from down below. I mean, it just goes up and up and up. It's 400 feet. These pillars are holding it up. Very, very slender, very minimalist for something as high and crossing that much of a span. So I talked the reader into letting me do a story about bridges. And I thought it might be the antidote to a popular book then called The Bridges of Madison County, which anybody with literary pretensions loved to just savage that book, like, that is just a piece of crap. So I thought, no, bridges are great. And so ultimately I actually tracked down the engineer who was in charge of building bridges in San Diego County, and guess what? All of California. Mm-hmm. And he'd retired, but I managed to get a hold of him, and I said, can I send you a plane ticket? Would you come down here to San Diego for a couple days and just drive around with me and see some bridges? And
so he was a Caltrans engineer for bridges, is that
right?
Yeah.
And they had a huge budget, and they were cranking those things out. I think in the article I say that at one point they were opening a bridge a day somewhere in the state of California when he was here in the like late 50s and 60s. And the interstate highway system and everything else was coming up. So he got in there, and lo and behold, he said, well, the place we need to go is Pine Valley. That's the most unusual bridge in San Diego County. And I said, I've actually been under it, I've been over it, and I agree with you, it's a beautiful bridge from underneath, but what makes it so unusual? And it was a cantilever technology that they'd come up with, and it was the first one done like that in the United States. He was very proud of it. And so then he says, well, you want to go inside? When we get out there, he goes, you want to go inside? I got the key. And I go, okay, yeah. He says, no, you'll really understand how we build these box-like forms. So bridges are hollow inside. They aren't solid concrete. So he gets me up in there. And we walked through this whole echoing cavern and walked the whole bridge through there. And my God, there must have been 1 billion mice and that had lived in that place, and other things. Like a year or two later, after we went through that whole thing, there was a big hantavirus outbreak, in the county, and I'm going, oh my God, I was like in the ultimate paradise for hantavirus mice. I mean, the poop was drifted against the walls inside this damn bridge, and I'm alive. Okay, I guess I didn't get it, but no, he was quite something. Another guy, Fred Bast, he was a local engineer. He took me to some of the older bridges in town that he loved. Sometimes bridges have been abandoned and kept as pedestrian walkways, like the one on your way to Takati. Over the Sweetwater River there. There's an old iron bridge there that's a gem, and it's just a wonderful excuse to drive all over the county and look at the engineering marvels that basically sprang off the drawing boards of these engineers who, and in some cases, who were artists at the same. And as we all know, the Lilac Road Bridge above Interstate 15, as you drive north toward Temecula, when that heaves into sight there, you just go, oh God, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous.
So there is not a bridge too far to see in San Diego. So thanks very much, Peter, for this quick tour of bridges.
Okay, you're welcome.